Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. And today I want to talk about this potato peeler that Bones Yard sent me. Man, I got these potatoes all cut up nice and thin. Look at that. Look at how thin those babies are. What I want to do today in this video is I'm going to make some potato chips. So stay with me. I hope you enjoy the video. It's going to be fun today. So the first part of this video is I'm going to cook these potato chips on this little stove. This is a stove that you can purchase off of Amazon for like 12 bucks. It's a cheap stove, but it works good. I originally bought the stove because I wanted to do, I wanted to use a junk stove for my candle wax. I didn't want to use one of my good MSR stoves because I didn't want to mess it up with wax getting all over the stove. That's why I purchased this one. Now this is a great stove. It really is. It's a good stove. It uses the Lindale style valve. So it has standard isobutane canisters. You can find these at Walmart. You can find MSR makes them. Snow Peak makes them. Jetboil makes them. Primus makes them. There's a lot of companies that make this Lindale style valve. But today I'm going to be using just a butane fuel. And you can notice that the top of the butane can is a different connection than the Lindale style valve, and they don't match up. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this adapter to make that connection. This adapter is something that you can purchase on Amazon or eBay, and they have a little notch right here, and that notch corresponds to the notch here, and you just pop that baby in just like this and give it a little bit of a turn, and now you have a Lindale style valve on your butane canister. Now you might be wondering, why would you do that? Because these are much cheaper than these. These cost a lot more. So we do this to save money. So let's go ahead and get this thing screwed on. Make sure this valve is off. Get this fuel canister screwed on, and we'll slowly, I'm going to put the can over here and put the stove about right there, and let's get this stove lit. It has a nice piezo ignition on the stove, and I used a windscreen one day and it melted the plastic on the piezo, but the stove still works good. So we're going to go ahead and get it lit up. Good little stove. The pot that we're going to use today is the Stanley Adventure Base Camp cook set. We're going to cook the potato chips in here. I want to use this pot because it's large, and the reason I want a large pot for this process is because I can get a lot of flow between the potato chips. I don't want them sticking together. So I'm just going to take that, put it right there on top, and I'm going to fill it full of oil. And I'm going to use a bunch of oil. You're probably wondering why I'm putting so much oil just to make a few potato chips. Well, that's simple. I always filter the oil when I'm finished, so I use the oil over and over. So it doesn't bother me to use a lot of oil, again, because I'm going to be using that oil again and again. While that oil's heating up, I'm going to reach back here and I'm going to grab this little MSR plate, stainless steel plate. I'm going to put some towels on there so that when I get those babies out, I can put them right here. And I'm also going to use this little thing here for my potato chips. I also have some salt, and that's about it. It's pretty simple. Well, let's see what it looks like when I put one in there. Yep, that oil is ready. Let's go ahead and add the rest. One of the reasons why I like having this big old pot to make these potato chips is so that they're not getting stuck to each other. There's plenty of room for them to move around. I don't want them to get stuck to each other, because if that happens, then they're kind of making just a big mess. So that's one of the reasons why I like using this big old pot. It's got more real estate for the oil. And I like to use this to kind of mix the chips in there so they don't stick to each other. There's nothing more frustrating than chips that are sticking to each other. In my opinion anyway. You can see that the oil level is rising as they cook. This Base Camp Cook Set is a really good pot. I like it a lot. I cook all kinds of stuff in here. Well, they're starting to show signs of cooking. Getting a little darker, but they're not quite there yet. But they're getting close. Stove is working fabulous. The Stanley Adventure Base Camp Cook Set is working fabulous. I really like this pot. It's a lot of fun. Now they're starting to resemble chips. They're starting to get that little bit of crunchiness to them. They're starting to get crispy, I guess. They're not soft anymore, but they're not quite the color that I'm looking for yet. I want them a little more golden brown. If you see any in there that are finished, you know, you can feel free to pull them out as needed. But generally when I make potato chips, I pull them out all at once, and some of them are more crunchy than others. But we're getting close. We're getting very close. Well, folks, I would say that these chips are done. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the heat and start removing them. When they get this close, they usually finish cooking very quickly. So you kind of need to act fairly fast. So I'm turning the heat off, and I'm starting to pull these babies out slowly. One, put a little salt on them as soon as they hit. Get another scoop. If you put salt on them right away while they're still oiled, the salt seems to stick and stay stuck on the chips a lot better. Looks like we got one that fell off. So there are all my potato chips. Again, these are so fun to make. Very effective. So let's take a look. Take a closer look at what's going on here with this oil. So the oil is done. Didn't even get that dirty or anything like that. We're going to filter it after it cools a little bit. Here is a look at our potato chips. Oh, they're still hot. Nice clean break. And delicious. I could sit here and eat potato chips all day. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video on making potato chips. They got a good crunch to them. I want to say thank you again to Bones Yard for the awesome potato peeler. That thing's very nice. I want to say thank you to Stanley. When I purchased the Stanley Adventure Base Camp Cook Set, that's, you know, for producing such great cookware for us to use. Man. And thank you guys for watching. Everybody that tuned in to look at my potato chips video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some good useful information out of it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video. Share this video. And if you like the type of content that you see on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. And until next time, thanks again for watching. And I hope you have a beautiful day, everybody. Now get out there and make yourself some potato chips. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.